What's going on YouTube? Earthpower here with CVH.
What's up, guys?
And we've got another Duel Series in store for you today. So this week we've got Firelight Aggro versus Fire Nature Midrange. Firelight Aggro doing a ton of work at Champs. If you guys saw Richard Yan taking it all the way to second place, losing eventually to CVH in his water.
Yeah, light water blocking
Water,
control.
yeah.
And that was actually the only match he lost in the constructed portion of the entire tournament.
Oh wow! So he went 1-2 in a draft.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, and then Fire Nature Midrange, a deck that we didn't see too many. We didn't see it do too well at the tournament. I think a couple guys were on it.
I didn't actually see anyone run it. That's
yeah,
interesting.
Nothing notable, but like the idea of the deck is just like you ramp up, you hit Victory Gunner, and you just kind of win out with Incineration since it kills literally everything. The only problem with the deck is that I think it has an unfavorable matchup to Aggro. I think Aggro just gets under it before it can really get off the ground. Like you need the exact progressions of hitting like a creature on turn 2, followed by the turn 3 like Scrap Heap or Bronze Arm Tribe and the Gunner to kill 2 things, and then it's a far shot from there. You have to have War Master to follow up with.
But of course, you do have your own aggro progressions, like all the 2-drops and 3-drops against a control deck, so they function kind of similar against those decks.
Right.
Notable, the thing you're not running is Conflagration, so if you're up against a control deck, then you would have to rely on the Victory Gunner Incineration plan to get rid of a few of the blockers, or just Tetsuron and hope for the best.
Yep.
And yeah, this is just basically pretty standard. It's parts of Carl's deck from Champs and parts of Richard Yan's deck, and minus some things I don't care for, like the 2-drop evolutions, and plus some things I do care for, like the Rally Bots. These are in Richard Yan's deck actually, and some more Shield Blast creatures, and a Tech Dropship, because I think it's kind of like a third Blind Beetle Prime in some situations, but you don't need an Enforcer, and I actually think it's constructed playable. It kills a lot of things. So
yeah. Cards you're not running are cards like Thundering Clap, which I think a lot of people like right now. And then Safe Passage is apparently also a card.
Yeah, Safe Passage is cool. I don't mind it. I think Containment Field generally does the same thing, but I could be wrong. I haven't really played this deck that much. I also think War Master Tetsuron's really good because you're running like at least 4 Fire Evolutions. Like a lot of people just run the 2-drop too, but that gives you a triple attacking guy, which is insane. And it's also just giant, so it's kind of the top of the curve you need it to be.
Right, and it'll just win games that could have probably been unwinnable otherwise.
Yeah.
So, and then similar thing here with this.
I feel like it's comparable to Leroy Jenkins.
So yeah, similar concept here. You know, you just curve out to War Master Tetsuron in the control matchup, and then just kind of punch them in the face a couple times. Maybe Roll Core get you there too, which is nice because they're both just huge. Or War Master and Roll Core having 9,000 power. Not a lot gets over that right now outside of like Sasha and Trox. So
if you're still running Megabugs, you don't want to be playing against these decks. They run 9,000 power evolutions.
Yes, for sure. So we're gonna get right into it, and we'll see you back in a minute. And we're back. How about that fade? Pretty nice. I could see it from here. So I think that's going to be the setup for these Duel Series from now on, guys. Is deck text in the beginning, followed by the match, and then after that we'll give our after game thoughts. CVH and I will just talk about how the matchup went and things that we could do, things that we could tech, you know, to make the decks more viable in a meta of other decks like these. So. And then the KMC season and all that coming up too, just things we may or may not change for those tournaments.
Yep. I roll on 2. 6.
These feel much fresher than mine.
I don't know. Ooh,
5. The aggro deck is on the go first.
I mean, they're both really fast, so
yeah. Alright, everything is sealed. Move yours over a bit.
I'm gonna move this really close.
Alright,
Yeah,
paper solid.
you can edit that out if you want. You probably won't, but
Nope.
Alright, well, anyway, I'm about to show my opening hand, so don't look at the camera.
Nope.
Here's what we're working with. As typical for an aggro deck, you just hope that only a couple of your cards will function as lands, and I think that's where we're at. Seems like we have a solid first couple turns, depending on what he plays. So, I'm just gonna hope for the best and probably put a certain couple cards in mana. And I will start things off with the Arbiter for Magris, knowing that he doesn't have a 1-drop.
I'll draw. And here's what we're working with here. So, opening with these pretty much puts it in mana immediately. And this guy's very powerful against his decks. I think that's what we'll be going for here. Probably opting to throw this down since he plays cards that can get rid of it. So we'll start it off with a War Master in mana and a pass to you.
I do agree with the War Master in mana play. And here comes Metal Max. So we got the ideal 1-2 and pray for no shield blasts. Here you go. Scrappy Plumper. Any creature from the shields would be pretty painful.
So shield blast there, and then the shield he hit there, and then the draw. So we'll go ahead and throw one of those down, and then tap 2 for a card that is bigger than both of his.
That's quite unfortunate.
What's nice is that I have the biggest 2-drop between the two decks. So
Unfortunately, there are 2 useless 3-drops in my hand against the deck we're up against. I think for just being fun, I'll put Krakus down and summon Rally Bot. Neither of them actually do anything because he doesn't run blockers, and I don't have an evolution creature in the battle zone, so I'll just play whichever one and pass to Carl so he doesn't kill my guys. Waiting for another attacker or an evolution before I want to have my guys killed to weaponize Razor Cat.
Very fair. So we drew this, which is really good right now, and we're hoping we can just give him the old 1-2 here. The mana choice is difficult, but I know this is the top of my curve here, and this is where I want to be. So I think this is the mana choice this turn. Krakus down, tap 2 for a Sprout. Did not hit the multi-sieve, so we'll tap 2 for a Pouncing Cricket. And I'll be past you.
So at this point, I think it's pretty safe to say he's building towards the Victory Gunner, because he's keeping his Razor Cat out of the way of any of my 4-drop evolutions, like the thingy that I run. Conflagration. Good lord. I play Kaijudo, I promise you guys. So this is my hand, Ember Adept and Scrap Heap. So we're putting Ember Adept down because we need to get up to an amount of mana that will let us play most of our evolutions, except for the other Tatsurion, and Scrap Heap to kill Pouncing Cricket.
Tears.
And it's on you again. Because now I have 4 guys, and I don't think he can kill them this turn. Even though he can Victory Gunner, and I think he's going to get up to Incineration.
Alright.
Because if I can't kill him, then Incineration probably kills me.
Right. I think the play here is yet another difficult one. I think this one goes down, and then we play this guy to drop him and hope to draw 2 things that'll work out for us. So, Tribe goes down, and we will tap 4 for the Blast Forge Sweeper, discard the Rule Core, and draw 2. And drawing some interesting cards. We'll see how that works out for us in the next turn. And I think what I have to do here is break 1. So, luckily Razor Cat is huge, so hopefully no crackback. And if he's got the Evo, he's got the Evo.
Well, now I'm mostly just concerned about Tatsurion, which is a fair thing to be concerned about. He has 1 more in his deck, as you all saw from the profile. Oh dear God.
We're yelling at cats in the background, apparently.
The mana decision's iffy. I mean, I know what I want to play this turn for sure. I think my shields are getting broken next turn, if that turn still is a thing. So I'm going to just throw down Laws and get up 2 more mana. I'll have more guys to play. I'm sure if he breaks my shields, summon the Falcora that he gave me in shields, and now contemplate, because I know I'm breaking the Falcora first and tapping the Sweeper. And I guess the rest of my turn is based on whether or not I hit a blast. I did not hit a blast, so I think what I can do here is kill Sweeper and break the last 3, and that'll put me out of reach of game, unless he gets a Shield Blast creature that is fire, so the Scrap Heap Hunter, it's kind of like the 1-outer, and I didn't have a blast yet. I think I still have to do it though, it's the safe play. Wait, so Scrap Heap Hunter would be better than Shields. Yeah, I don't think I can... Well, what are my blasts? I have Arbiter and Containment Field, and Scrap Heap. Scrap Heap wouldn't save me if he has 2 guys, one of which has Huron and, like, another guy. It's pretty tricky, actually.
Yeah, because that's the thing about, like, at least this deck, at least, like, based on the profile, I know I didn't go into it too much, but I am running, I think, 14 blasts, so 9 of which are creatures. Or
Like,
8
Root
of
Trap
which-
stops me for going for game, and then Tesseron could potentially game me. And I guess Scrappy wouldn't even save me, so I think I just have to kill one of the guys. The one I can kill, obviously. I guess Root Trap is good, so I'll just keep the Giant Enforcer.
Yep.
I'll keep the Enforcer again.
Yep, and we will fight the Scrap Heap.
And pass to you.
So we draw. Alright. This is a tad bit of a tricky turn. I wish Kia was just a little bit bigger. But we can't have our cake and eat it too. I'm pretty sure that I don't have a main phase 2. So we will
I think you're correct.
I'm pretty sure we just have to go for it. At most I could kill 3 of his dudes, which is cool. And then maybe set up like next turn, but it still puts me in the same situation of having exact game on board next turn, so it's a pain either way. I think we just go for game and hope for no blasts. Because I'm not seeing another way out. Excuse me if I do have one, but pretty sure I don't. So
And we just have to hope that our blast isn't Scrappy Hunter.
yeah, we will tap 6. Well, then the taps are in.
4 outs on the deck.
Unleash, double break, and taps.
And we saw one.
Yep.
Tap both guys.
So I'm pretty sure that's just game. So
I'm just gonna untap, summon a guy, and attack.
Yep. Yeah. So like I had Scrap Heap to kill a guy, or I could have just broken 3, but regardless, I could have only gone into Victory Gunner next turn and still had only exact game on board. So
Yeah.
really wasn't a great position. So
I mean, you could have Victory Gunnered and killed 3 guys, right?
well, no, because Keo was too small. I couldn't Victory Gunner that turn. Because
I had Metal Max and Falcora, and then you could have attacked.
Victory
Max.
Gunner can't evolve on Keo. It evolves on a Beast King or a Stomper.
So you evolve on the Razorcat, right?
Right.
And then Kyo just kills a Magus.
Right. So I still kill only 3 dudes.
That's fine. You had 1 shield left.
Oh yeah. I guess that's fair. I
Like,
wasn't
unless I
thinking-
top of Festa.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about Keo killing the Maggers.
Yeah.
Fair. Alright, well. That was the brace, I guess. Misplays abound.
Yeah, I thought you were like uncomfortable about that, like top deck fast attacker when the only one that actually fast attacks would be another Falcora. Because Rally Rod doesn't actually do anything until I have an Evo.
Yep, that was fair. So Pride lost that one on a misplay. It still could have come down to blasts, but yeah.
I mean, blasts were definitely a factor in these aggro matchups.
Yeah, for sure.
Your Kyo, then my Containment Field, both pretty swingy.
Yeah, very much so.
I'm on the draw as per the rule of the 5-game match.
Alright. Not a great opening. Seeing all of these in opening hands is not great. So we'll go ahead and set that and pass in.
This is definitely a weird hand. These don't do as much in this matchup. That's still going to be the mana decision this turn. I think I might try to hold on to this. It's pretty saucy. I'm down Arbiter, obviously. Yes.
So, more things that I can't play. The trap will go down and it'll be past you. No 2-drop.
No giant kitten this turn.
Yeah.
That
Out of
is
11 2-drops plus the spell, I don't see one.
I saw Metal Max again. Here you go.
We'll draw. Just keeps getting weirder. Victory Gunner down, good.
Does he have the 3rd Victory Gunner? Debate. Alright, so here's the hand. Tempted to hold on to this. Definitely gonna put this down. Just not sure, like holding on to it is strange. Like he's not really coming at me. So I think I just hold on to this. It seems like it could actually put in some work. I'll throw down Arbiter though. And Break a shield.
It's a crick ant.
That was miserable. Here you go.
Put a roll core down. Tap 4 for sweeper. So this is what we drew. I'm not sure if we're gonna throw that away or not. I think keeping this is important, just because there's not a lot of pressure on this board right now. It seems like it's gonna be a slower game. So I think I am just going to dump this and draw 2. And that will once again be a pass to you.
Breaking probably wouldn't have been good for him there.
No. No need to right now.
And we are definitely playing a slow game. I'm going to put down the conflagration and play the card we held, which was Scrap Heap, to kill the Stomper that I thought might come down on turn 4. Breaking is kind of weird. Losing to Root Trap or Kyo would kind of hurt. How many cards do you have?
4.
Alright. You can't Evo this turn. Unless we do something dumb like hit a Sprout, then he has Rule Core. I think it's probably right just to pass, based on the hand. You're good. I don't play aggro like aggro, guys.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and play Krakus down. And tap 2 and 3 for a Razor Cat and a Krakus.
Oh, my blockers are going to come in tapped.
Hopefully to add some pressure. And I think we do break here. You have how many now?
I have 3.
3. Interesting stuff. Drawing to 4. 2 conflagrations down. Probably has Blinder Beetle, which is a pain. However, Blinder Beetle only kills the Razor Cat most likely. So, yep, I think we just go ahead and break it. So, Palladium.
So Victory Gun is not a threat anymore, but this is definitely more of a threat than that because that has no effect against me. Mana decision is kind of weird. I think... Well, actually I might be wrong. Incineration is a card that I could still need to play around. Right now my main fear is Tatsurion because he's going up to 6 pretty quickly. Other fire foes don't really exist in his deck. I think I have to put down Ember Edit and go into the drop ship to kill that and then attack over a pouncing Kirkant.
Gotcha, he killed
4,000
Okay, cool. I actually thought it was 3,000.
It's pretty good. I mean, I guess that only really kills Metamax and Mecha and Strider. Strider is real. Attacking would make me super weak to Tatsurion, so I'll just pass. Not that I'm not already weak to Tatsurion with a guy tap that I wasted 2 cards on. But they were floated, so that's fine.
Yep. I go ahead and tap 3 for another Krakus.
My blockers are just dead.
You have how many in hand?
Still 3.
I think we're losing this one. The drop ship, I think, blew me out there. We could break 1. Force him to kill. It really doesn't matter though. Go.
There are numerous risky plays in my hand. They're so tempting. I still pseudo lose to his guy, his Tatsurion. The likelihood of him having Tatsurion is lower than the likelihood of him having a Shield Blast. His Shield Blasts are pretty good. Well, Kyo doesn't do anything to my plan. And Scrappy doesn't do anything to my plan. Sprout doesn't do anything to my plan. Cricket doesn't do anything with my plan. And the last remaining one is Root Trap, and there's 2 of them left. So I guess the odds are just the same. And I guess when the odds are the same, I have to play the aggro. Because that's what I do. Alright, so here's the hand, since I've been talking about it for a while. This can go down. This is one risky play, and this is the other one. So we're going to do this one first, and if that doesn't work, we have the other one to back us up if we don't lose in the next turn. Laws down, and some of the Tatsurion.
Alright, here we go.
There's an argument for putting it on that too. It doesn't actually matter too much. Root Trap hurts less if I have 2 evolutions in the board. Unleash Double Break. Yep. Double Break.
And we hit the Root Trap.
Uh-oh. We have a ton of mana, but we might lose. At least doesn't have another guy on board. That's like the silver lining here. And it's on you.
Draw. So the odds of him having...
I have 1 Arbiter and 2 Containment Fields, and Scrap Heat Hunters left.
The odds of him having the Evo into a creature is now much higher now that he has 1,000,000 mana. So I think we just try again to hit him on the crackback and hope we don't run into the same situation we ran into last game.
Containment Field is significantly worse now, but still good enough for a game. That is a Blast Forge Sweeper. The worst evolution.
We did.
I mean, it's kind of okay.
Double.
Well, I guess, yeah, here if I hit... Oh.
Last 2.
Yup.
And we got there. Wow.
And I did have this as a backup. So.
Yeah, he did have the Evo, so there was no reason to play it safe with like roll core, weapon counter, any sort of other shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, base Root Trap.
These are coming down to the blasts.
Yeah, it is. Which is to be expected. I mean, that's what mid-range needs to rely on against aggro matchups.
Yeah.
So, like, I have to hit optimal progressions, which sort of petered there for me on turn 6. Like, I had roll core and victory gun in hand when you killed my Cricket and...
I think I might have played that wrong. Where was Root Trap in the shield? It was like the last time I broke
Very
it.
last shield.
If I had evolved on Dropship, I would have won. Because I would have untapped again, and you would have had to pick between 2 untapped guys.
Oh, yeah.
That's unfortunate. Why did I do that? I was like, Root Trap hurts less this way, but it actually hurts a lot more.
Well, I mean, if you had hit Root Trap in the first 2 shields there, then it wouldn't have mattered. But since it was last shield...
Probably should have thought about that. Untapping twice is really good.
Yeah.
Oh well. We both could have played better these 2 games.
Yep. So, hope you're learning something, YouTube.
We are. This is the first time I've ever played War Master Tatsuron outside of 1 draft experience.
Yeah.
Didn't go too well.
Yeah, we tested this Nature Fire thing pre-champs, and it did okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was more or less built to
That.
play against the Nature Lights that everybody was so hyped on. You're
True.
shuffling your deck again.
I'm not. Am I really?
Yep.
You're kidding. Really? Alright, come me again.
You're gonna sit back down and then
Shuffle again?
shuffle again.
Of course. You sure? I guess you're right. Alright, so I'm on the play though. It's good news abound. This hand is worse, I think, than we've been getting. Still have this. This is the obvious mana decision. The rest of the hand could use some work, but maybe it'll just get there. Is that even the mana decision? I don't even know. Kind of want to keep it. The smart player in me is trying to put it down. Here you go. You draw.
being on the play hurts us, but with him not having a 1-drop, or being on the draw, yeah, hurts us, but him not having a 1-drop is helpful. We're definitely going to do either one of these next turn, and I think the weakest card in our hand is probably this guy right now. Sure, he's huge, but he doesn't really do anything for us in the matchup. So.
We drew the spicy meatball. That is
The Metal Max.
not Container Field. Actually, it's Ember Adept.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of tough, but
Yeah.
I think I have to discard War Master and draw.
Fire for making a discard first.
Your turn. That's fair.
Alright. So, we have quite a few spicy numbers in our hand. I think this is weaker than the other two that I have. Decided between this turn. I think we just... Still tough. I think we do play this one and discard this one, because eventually we'll do exactly what this card does with this one. So, hopefully not alluding to anything. We'll
Are you playing Ember Adept?
Ember Adept. Discard the Sprout and draw a card. And that'll be your play.
Drawing another card that's not great. I'm going to lose to the 3-drop Shield Blast thing either way. Here you go.
We get some Maggers.
My guys just aren't big this game, and that's a shame.
Yeah. So we drew something we're never going to really cast. So we'll go ahead and play that mana.
Root Trap is a thing.
And we'll tap 3 for Scrap Heap. And now we have a decision. Do
Oh,
I get
boy.
rid of the Enforcer because Blinder Beetle's a bitch? Or do I get rid of the Ember Adept so I don't have to crash with it later? And I think the option is the Maggers, just because it's an Enforcer. Good.
As usual, Summoning Laws is good. It is giant and hexproof, and it's your turn.
More tough decisions, because I really want to play this one, but I like drawing cards. So, sit and think this one out for a minute. You only have one in here?
Yep.
So I'm not super worried. Conflagration will hurt, but it's not the end of the world. I think what we do is we play down Scrap Heap, and we tap 4 for Bronze Archer. Hit the Razor Cat. Good, got that out of the way.
Want to be top decking that?
Alright, and I think we, once again, that's tough. The options here are to just break 1, based on our hand, just to force him to attack things, which would be nice. I don't think I get blown out by anything right now. Arbiter kind of stings, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. However, I will pass. So.
As I sit and kind of regret getting rid of the War Master all those turns ago when I thought this was going to be a faster game. My hand was not fast enough to warrant getting rid of it, I think. I'm going to lose to a 6-drop Evolution. I think most Scrap Heaps are gone, so since you already know the other part of my hand, I'll just summon a Magus and pass. And draw. And by you, I mean not you. You don't know what my hand is. Yeah.
Alright, so we'll play that down. And I think we're just going to try to get there. We're going to evolve in a Roll Core. Double Unleash. And we'll look at the top 5. 5. Oh, sadly we don't get anything to summon, however we do get this guy. So I think that's all we do, right? We just look at the top 5.
Yeah.
Put a creature that's level 3 less than battle, then reveal an evolution, and put it into your hand. So we'll reveal a Victory Gunner and draw that one. And then the rest of these bad boys are going on the bottom. So we're double breaking.
Don't have juice. Incredible though.
Pretty sure we just continue breaking. Seems appropriate.
Victory Gunner revolves on a Stomper and what else?
Stopper and a Beastkin.
Okay.
Yeah, we just keep on going.
Yep. That was weird.
The play is yours. Can't Tetsu around me, which is the silver lining here. Dropship's not big enough to get rid of Roll Core. So the Victory Gunner that I got might just win the game.
The hand is awkward,
Like to hear it.
as you can see. And unfortunately this will evolve into Victory Gunner, the most convoluted way to win this side of the Mississippi. I still kill his guys. summon these two. If I live this turn, maybe I can just live.
Yeah.
Kill. Bump. Breaking is... I don't even know. Is it smart? It doesn't seem intelligent. If I hit a Shield Blast creature, then I'm double dead. Like, actually dead. Well, I guess Arbiter saves me either way. Yeah, I'll just break one. There you go. I was like, that doesn't seem intelligent at all. Let me do it.
Alright, he could just have the Maggers Blinder Beetle, which, I mean, I guess he's only got one Magger. Oh no, he has 0 Maggers left. So he can't Maggers Blinder Beetle me. There are no 1-drops in fire, and he has no fire creatures on board, so War Master will not be a thing. He could 2-drop into Conflagration, which is the only thing that could kill me. However, that being said, Arbiter still beats me next turn. And I can't rely on actually getting the mana for it. Oh boy. I guess it could come down to a blast, but God knows I don't like that. I think we just once again go for it, because why the hell
That's the
not?
theme of this match card.
This really is. I mean, I have a lot of options here though, like, if I do go into Victory Gunner, which he knows I have,
Yeah.
I could just run these two out next turn. Even if he kills Victory Gunner, it's not the end of the world. That's such a pain. But we could be sweet and do it that way, which I kind of am interested in doing. Because I don't think he can run me out unless he has the 2-drop Conflagration, and one's already down in mana. So let's do it. Let's have some fun. Let's be interesting with it and see where this takes us.
This is something.
So we'll go into 5 for Victory Gunner.
Okay.
This
Not
looks
going
really
for
awkward.
Yeah, it does.
I think we just kill and get 2 mana.
They never had a chance.
And that is your play.
You're at 2 in hand.
I am at 2 in hand.
Draw.
I don't think he can game me. Well, he obviously can't game me,
I
but
cannot game you. Would there even be? No, there's no way I could ever game you in this.
and the worst he could do is clear Victory Gunner. So,
I'll put down a Conflagration.
hey, called it.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything right now. I mean, can I see your mana?
We have 9.
So one thing that's concerning is if he just has another Victory Gunner. Or any fire card into Tatsurion, but still the only play is to play Blind Beetle Prime and kill it.
Yep.
I could have rammed this and got another shield, but if he has a double breaker, I lose anyway. If he has Victory Gunner, then I would have wished I did this, but any other situation, and this is just a thing I want to keep on board. Here you go. And he has the mana for Tatsurion, so if he has that, that's obviously going to be the plan. You could even play it safe and kill my guy and break a shield, and I would still be dead to it.
Yep. We'll tap 4 for the sweeper. And we are not going to discard because we are going to evolve into Tatsurion. And I think we obviously kill that, untap, and then break last. And
Oh, there's actually a shield blast.
oh wow.
Do I use it? Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to.
Got it.
Promise I didn't cheat just now.
Alright. YouTube knows.
Yeah, they see my head. So now I have these. Yeah. We've been stuck with this one for a while. This is weird.
I mean, Luminous means you don't lose next turn.
Yeah, that's good. Not losing is the plan. So that one has to do that.
Yep.
There's a luminous shielding. Like if I break, he can't unleash anymore. So good things there.
Got a scrap heap and three pouncing, a scrap heap, and a war chief have all gone down so far.
Yep. And one root trap. No sprouts.
Oh no.
Well, there's 2 scrap heaps gone, right? Or yeah, there's 2.
Oh, 2 gone.
So they're both gone. Root trap is still a 2
So
of.
war chief's the only live creature.
And well, I guess war chief could just kill this at this point, which would be insane.
This game is an interesting one. Probably should have just gone for game a long time ago.
I'll just
but
pass.
Having the
As it turns out, it wasn't a blast, so maybe.
well,
Oh
insane.
no! That's no good at all.
And we'll double the wings.
My go.
Yes.
I'm out of answers.
Alright. What a game 3. I had a sprout and shields.
Ah!
So that would have happened.
Yeah.
And I would have gotten rid of incineration and I would have topped the second one, so it wouldn't have mattered.
I'm just trying to cycle shield wings until forever.
Yeah.
Seems like as soon as you drew a creature, it was just going to be too many creatures for me to deal with. But
Yeah. Incineration gets you there, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Let it be known.
I think that was the game where I was on the play, so I discarded a War Master Tetradon, and my hand was not as aggressive as I needed to be. I just had a lot of 1,000 guys that didn't do much. So that was probably a mistake.
Fire was not with you that whole game, though. So
What?
you hardly had any fire creatures on board until like the latter part of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I still have fire now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not cutting that.
You're cutting if you want.
You can cut that. I'll shuffle this.
I'm on the draw yet again.
Yes.
It's actually not bad. I don't mind it that much.
Yeah, what's nice about this is that I have the sweeper, which can just draw 2, which is nice for going first, because I need to keep up with some sort of hand against Rush, but typically he's aggressive, so we're good there. The hand is alright. I don't mind it. These two, this one being the only fire card in my hand right now is kind of a pain, but hopefully we'll just get there. I think what we do is throw this down. I think he's too important to hold, so we're going to throw down the useless root trap and pass on.
Alright, so the hand's looking up. I think all 4 of these are really good in this matchup, depending on what has happened. And this one is slightly worse. There's a couple cards, but I'm going to put down Scrappy Pony first. There we go. There we go.
Another fucking potato. We're going to put this down and summon this guy, and hopefully he's just throwing down his answer to it. So, go.
Okay, that's a crit hand. I knew that existed, I promise. Arbiter was just top decked and immediately shipped. Here you go. No 2 drops here. Carl finally be the aggro player.
And we topped the fire mana, so we will now tap 2 for the Vanguard. And I think we go ahead and become the aggro player. Go ahead. These cards are powerful, but not having a turn 2 play means I can just sort of go in for it, and if he doesn't have Scrap Heap, that's 2 more shields for me next turn.
Luckily for us, we had 2 in our opening hand. There you go.
You got there. We'll draw. We will go ahead and throw down a rule core. Tap 3 for Carcass.
It's a reference that I'm missing. Vanguard has to go in.
Yes. Vanguard must attack. Terminate. Terminate, terminate, terminate.
Yes.
Got it.
So, that's a stopper, that's not. Things to consider in the future.
Yeah. He had the Scrap Heap.
I think now,
I hate that you have this card.
Laws is now the worst card in my hand. And Conflagration is not terrible.
Yep.
Here we go.
Kills that. And we will tap
I'll show you all my hand
2
next turn.
for the Razor Cat. still with this guy in hand. And I don't think we break his configurations. Just a big old meanie.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Drawing a card. Here's the hand now. I think I just want to play all of these. Run them out. Yeah. I mean, this one is slightly worse than the other one, I think, based on how last game went. And fortunately, I have the mana to just do whatever I want. Do I?
You'll have 5. It's 5, however much you need to do whatever you want.
I mean, actually, maybe this is better. Maybe I just summon the 2. If only you could see his face right
Wait, no,
now.
that's not right. I can summon... Okay, that's fine.
Oh, Lord.
I didn't do math well, but...
We're unloading.
Alright. Yeah, those are good cards. Here you go.
And he's not breaking. We'll draw. Sprout down.
I was pretty sure you had Victory Gunner. Okay, there we go.
Summon the gunner.
Unless you're holding Sprout this whole time. In the most epic slow roll of all time. So all my shields could be gone. That's something to consider. Would be kind of annoying.
What are the odds of you gaming me next turn?
A thing that is good is that you don't have any actual fast attackers that just do it on their own.
Yep.
So if you don't have a board and I don't have shields, I'm still alive. If I don't break.
Alright, I think we break, untap.
We get mana, right? Alright.
Yes. Break again. More man. And
Oh,
break last.
gone!
Hilarious. God. And now it comes down to if he's going to kill me on the crackback or wreck my creatures and set up more.
I think the wreck creatures set up more plan is better.
Seems appropriate.
Just because you can't kill me this turn. So you can put Rybot down, summon Laws and Middlemax, kill Victory Gunner, and kill Krakus. And pass. Didn't need a ram because he doesn't have fast attackers. But if you thought he did have fast attackers, then maybe that would be better. Go ahead. Okay. Alright, the odds of me having my 3rd root trap among my 3rd Keelan shields is low. Yeah, 2 root traps being down is actually pretty important because now we can just really commit to this. Oh lord. And we're gonna double break and unleash the first time. Oh, we're gonna fight something, that's a thing. That's dead. Fight matters. Pretty certain. Gonna double break and unleash again. Hey, we found our big guys. Gonna double break. Alright, and Laws is finally gonna attack again. Incineration was gonna be the end all. Oh my god, this is the 4th consecutive 3-2 in the Duel Series. Yeah. We never have a blowout. I think we picked the matchups well. Indeed. Yeah, I think committing to the Stomper Victory Gunner thing was probably a mistake. I was really banking on you not having the scrap heap too, which was like completely necessary for getting there. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the tears for me. As a rule, I don't think I'd put one down against that deck without having another one. I did have some useless cards in my hand, but 1, maybe thinking that I didn't have another one, and like 2, like one of the useless cards was like Keeper of Walls, and I thought it wasn't my only like card, but maybe I wanted to play it anyway later. I don't know. Worked out. I could have kept 2 scrap heaps, so that was like a really big consideration. Like you could Pouncy Cricken and then Sweeper, and then I'd just want to kill everything, and that'd be insane. Wow, we're getting these weird Blast Forge, or weird, what are they called? The 3-drop? Scrap heap? Yeah, we could get in these weird scrap heap wars, sorry. So you are on the play for the final game. Which is scary. Gotta draw the aggro hand. Yep. Gotta draw the scrap heaps. I'm okay with drawing these 2. And it looks like it's going to be another relatively short Duel Series. You passed me my deck upside down. Sorry, Carl. You have the sleeves. You can tell. I know. Still picked it up. I do this stuff subconsciously. That's why we use, like, sleeves. Like, sleeves that have things on them. Well, this hand is a weird one. I'll tell you what. Yeah, same. You're about to see it. Okay. So this is really strange. I keep these just because they're cards that I can play, and this because it's really good, and you see the rest of the hand, so. 1 conflagration and mana, and a pass to you.
We'll draw. And it gets continuing to get more interesting. We have our progression sort of aligned for us here. So I'm pretty sure we just go ahead and throw this guy down since he's on the play and hope the rest of the hand can get us there. Good.
So now we have this. Still looking kind of the way it did last turn, if you know what I mean. This is obviously a good card that we're going to keep. I think I'm definitely going to play this, and I think I can safely not care about these 2 cards in my hand, since I have this and this for future turns. And hopefully the next couple turns we draw something useful. Sure, I'll put Rally Bot down, summon Ember Adept, ship the conflagration and draw. Your turn.
2 conflagrations go.
Yeah.
And
I don't know why they're tacos.
To see red, if you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
We're gonna go ahead and throw down a Blast Forge and pass off again.
Nice. He didn't ever play, which is pretty juicy.
Yeah,
Here's
that's
the
very
hand
important
now.
for you in game 5.
Yeah, I think channeling an earlier game, I'm just going to put Arbiter down and pass. We'll draw. Breaking Shields when you only have 1 1,000 power creature on board is not
Alright, we're
best.
finally seeing another color. So we're gonna put this down
I feel you.
and kill this dude.
Oh god. Okay.
Hopefully gain some momentum back here. Him not having a free draw was important.
Alright, so now we have these cards.
Now we have this.
Because I drew this, it makes the decision quite easy. Because I didn't want to ship this to play this. And now I can just put Metal Max down and scrap heap or scrap heap.
Wow.
Here you go.
Draw.
Do you have another scrap heap?
Quiet. We do have a Sprout though. And I think we're gonna ship this. We're gonna play this, ship this, and see what happens. So, Blast Forge, ship the Krakus, draw 2. Alright.
The only problem right now is the roughly 1,000 cards that he has in his hand.
Yeah, that's a play on you. You have 2 in hand? Or 3 now?
Yeah. So I'm not going to get run out by a huge evolution next turn. And we do this. I think I might just keep it. There's no reason to get rid of it right now. Now I'll just summon Keeper of Laws and trust you. Draw.
Alright. Only issue here is that we may. I don't think there's a reason to play this right now. Ramping's cool, but I'd rather just commit to more creatures because that's important in these matchups. And then I have this or this to deal with boards next turn. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and play the Bronze Arm Tribe. We will tap 3 for Krakus to ruin any hopes of blockers.
My hopes were not there.
And 2 for Vanguard. And I think we pass. I don't want to get blown up by dropship again by attacking with Blast Forge and then having to kill both stoppers. So that was a fun. Or just killing both creatures in general. Krakus is just a 3000k, so he obviously kills the stopper.
So Vanguard has to attack next turn, so I assume what his plan is to
to
game
attack.
me. Yeah. That involves hopefully gaming me in his eyes, so... Oh, here's what we drew. This card. So now we have these 2 and this. And I don't want to be aggressive right now because I feel like he has a giant evolution that's going to punish me for that, based on the Vanguard being on the board. So Krakus is the worst card.
Is he actually Joe Krakus?
What?
based on his flavor text, is he actually Joe? Is that what they're saying here? Is it like Joe Krakus, kind of like the office guy, serves as Choten?
Yeah, I guess.
Serves the boss kind of thing, and then Krakus the Dominator serves no one? Sort of like an office reference kind of thing.
Office?
Well, like you know, Joe Krakus.
You're trying to distract me off my game.
I'm so sorry. I was just saying. I just like Joe Krakus, you know, the guy in the suit who just kind of goes to work, has the 9 to 5 thing every day, like that's him, and then Krakus the Dominator, like on his off days, just kind of goes around him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if like they're the same person, if they're talking about maybe he has like a brother or some shit. I don't know. YouTube, tell me.
So I'm gonna summon Dropship Commando.
Lord.
And here are things that went through my mind while Carl was droning on about whatever. Which to kill. So this is a Stomper. That's important. However, it's only 1,000 power, and my scrap heaps are still alive if I leave it. That's a Krakus. It's 3,000 power and can do whatever it wants. It's the best thing on board right now. And this is also definitely going to attack me, but I don't mind that so much if he can't game me, which he can't do with Tetsuya if I kill this. So I'm going to do that. And not attack, because then I would lose the game. Your turn. I feel like I would lose the game. I could be wrong, but it's not a good feeling right now if I attacked.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think he can still game me. I just tap 5 for the Victory Gunner.
What do you know? They're both Stompers.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know.
I don't know, maybe I should put it on this one. I don't think it matters.
Eh.
Yeah, I think it's important to put on that one.
How many cards do you need?
2.
Okay.
And now we hope to get all of our attacks off. So, barring an Arbiter, I think we're good.
You got to attack anyway with that Vanguard. So. Yep.
Attack again.
Yep.
And my storm.
The attacks have gone off.
And that makes it your play, good save. And how many cards still 2? 2 in hand.
That's right. Jump to 6 mana. His board's dead. He could evolve into Tatsuya and kill me. Well, maybe he could. There's always a possibility of a dual sieve. If I put that down, I can summon the 3 of them, which you all can't see right now.
More heavy decisions in the kingdom.
Yeah. Breaking is just so risky right now.
Yeah. And it's a very awkward struggle between like a mid-range and an aggro deck of when to break shields, when not to, when to set up for game, because shield blasts blow you out no matter what all the time. And it's trying to get a head up when you could probably just like set up for game. It's just a really interesting power struggle, which you're obviously witnessing right now.
Alright, so here's what we got. I'm going to put this down, which seems kind of weird, but I want to play things that aren't these this turn, because I can keep them, and I can just summon these, and I could summon this as well, but keeping both of these seems good too. This is a very vulnerable card. So I'm going to put the vulnerable card down, summon Krakus and Shieldwing, and kill the 2 guys. Your turn. There's another second Tatsuya for game moment. Hopefully not.
Yep, I think we just go for it.
Jesus, why is
It's going to come down to it. So.
It's been a fun 5 games. Unless you attack my creatures, and then we're still alive.
Last 2.
You're not going for the creatures?
Last 2. That's a real attach and swing screen.
Is it all pulling?
It's been real. Let's see. Did I have blasted? Yeah. Well, I had a retrap, so I had a retrap and a Kyo. So
Yeah, see.
yeah, that would have stopped a lot if you'd have tried to hit me on the crackback.
Unless they were just all the last 2 or something, I don't know.
Yeah. That was fun. It was. Mid-range versus aggro. I actually got it 3-2. I was not expecting that. I was actually expecting it the other way. So we'll be back with after game thoughts and our faces. We'll see you in a second. Peach. What's going on YouTube? And we're back. So thoughts on the matchup. I really thought mid-range was going to lose that one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't think it was going to be that, like, much in the favor of the aggro deck, to be honest. I thought it was kind of close, It's a very specific mid-range deck. Like, not many things are like that we've seen. And I was mostly worried about Incineration, which wasn't really a worry, to be honest.
Yeah, it only made the appearance in Game 3, I think.
But I guess that's because I knew I was playing around Victory Gunner, and a lot of people would be caught off by that card.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing a lot more against the aggro players who don't know the Victory Gunner is going to kill their board and then lead to Incineration. But, you know...
I definitely think the swing factor, too, with Shield Blast creatures.
Yeah.
I think that's what the worry is in a matchup that's so, like, intensive on breaking shields. Like, you weren't giving me creatures to go with Victory Gunner, like, as most, I think, aggro players would. If they don't know what I'm running. They'll just kind of, like, swing in and just kind of go for face whenever they can, because that's what aggro players do. And Victory Gunner gets over on them that way. That's how that deck technically wins the matchup a little more decidedly than that 3-2 match that we had. But having to break shields there is what really set me back. And like in the games that I lost where I did go for it, you know, you just had the conflagration to just kind of blow me out. You had the dropship commando in game 2, and it was just like, it was bad for me.
Big old Evos are good. Speaking of big Evos, Tetsuran was a huge card in the matchup. Yes. Obviously, if you got to a point where you could lose to it unleashing, then you had to really rely on a blast, and that kind of hurts.
Yeah, I think it was the kill card in 4 out of 5 games.
Yeah.
So, the victory game.
And it should have been the kill card in, I don't know, I messed up that one time when I evolved on the wrong thing. I could have won.
Yeah, and same thing too in game 1 when I made that misplay. Like, that was also a mistake. Like, you know, just setting up with Victory Gunner, killing his 3 dudes, and then passing off to where he can't game me, and then Tatsuri on the next turn when there's really nothing to get blown out by. Like, mistakes were made.
Yeah, but it was a good match overall. Like, you know, mistakes happen in actual games too, so at least identifying them is things to learn from for everyone.
Yeah, especially if you're planning on taking these two to a KMC. I think they're both definitely KMC viable. And I would definitely expect to see, like, maybe not necessarily like a Fire Nature like that, but mid-rangey things that have, like, the power cards, like War Master Tesseran, I think is a big player that we're going to see a lot of. Underrated cards.
Scrappy Punter.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah. Underrated cards like Scrap Heap, underrated cards like Anjax and Roll Core. Roll Core didn't get to see a lot of play. It only saw play in, I think, game 2 or 3 for us.
I mean, it's just not as good as Tetsuran against like this matchup where you're just trying to go for game all the time, but against Control where you're like trying to like ease into like continuously having the board presence, and Roll Core is just as fine.
Sort of like what old Bugs Tempo used to do back in the day.
Back in the day when Hive Queen was big enough.
It's not sure. So, overall, hope you guys enjoyed the match.
Yep.
It was definitely another fun one. It's nice that these dual series are being close. Like,
yeah, we haven't had a blowout 4-1 victory yet.
Right. So, good stuff. Leave a like if you enjoyed. That thumbs up is always appreciated.
Any decks in the description that you want to see us do?
Yeah, please do. Leave comments. Check out our social links, our Facebook, our Twitter. I'm going to try to start getting a little bit different content on here, maybe upload a little bit more around here now that we've sort of hit summertime and we're not doing too much, and KMC seasons are starting back up. So content should hopefully be out there a little bit more than usual. Yeah. I know you guys were talking about like Kaijudo, Blast from the Past stuff. We might try to do something like that. It's not very like competitive viable. It's not something like...
Well, it's not at all because it would be open cards.
Exactly. It's not something we've geared towards in the past with this channel, but you know, try to lighten up the mood a little bit. I know back when we used to do the old DM content, things were really weird. It was a lot of fun. So
yeah.
And I do kind of miss that, so we'll try to get back to a little bit of that.
Stay tuned for blooper reel coming soon.
Yes,
Speaking of lighthearted
that
things.
is occurring. We are going to go review all the blooper content shortly after this and start working that one out and hopefully have it to you in a week or so. So stay on the lookout, and as always, guys, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Peach.
Peach.